welcome to this review of the latest UFC Fight Night in London. Obviously an incredible fight night with many talented fighters on the card. Getting straight into it, onto the main card, Nathaniel Wood versus Shahriar. Obviously Wood was the underdog, but Wood, I had him winning over all 3 rounds. And the judges had the same, I think. So, look, Wood did very well, feeding each other out early, but Wood got his head off the centre line, straight down the chin. Shahriar goes down round 1, which is pretty much what won him the round. He didn't get the finish on the floor, but did well enough overall. Good left hook by Wood in round 2, big elbow by Shahriar, but that was a closer round, but I still think Wood had it. And then round 3, good right straight early. Wood definitely lower output, but he threw the punches that actually made a difference in that round 3 as well. He got some punches through. The output was less, but look, if you're still getting the job done, you are still getting the job done. So, great win for Wood. I think Shahriar, that shows a few flaws in his game. Got caught a few times, which were very clear. Wood wasn't exactly setting, sort of Shahriar, especially for the first one, feeding each other out. Head goes off the centre line, bang, straight. And a bit of a clumsy thing to get hit with, because it's just no combo, no nothing, no setup. You're watching the guy, and he just moves his head and bang. Shouldn't be getting caught with that at this level, I don't think. It obviously caught him off guard, but you're feeling each other out. You haven't really been hit with anything yet. That's sort of just getting caught like that and getting dropped as well, instantly losing the round is just stuff you can't have. When you're looking for a top 10 position in the UFC, and that's the clear thing, that Shahriar has to get past before he can really go up to the top 15, top 10 positions. On to the next fight, Vucenic versus Duncan. Feeling each other out early as well in this fight. Another body and a body kick that then into a jumping right straight drops Vucenic in round 1. Duncan stays on top. Vucenic gets up late on, but really Duncan's won that first round straight off the bat. A great shot, great individual shot there to get someone thinking. Really, a body kick to one way, and then a sort of a thing that is a Superman punch type style punch after the leg kick. The leg goes down and flies him forward to get that straight off, and it caught him off guard. Vucenic caught Vucenic off guard. Round 2 started getting too early. Both Vucenic seemed to wake up. Was doing very well till he got Duncan got a bit of blood on the left side above his temple area, which seemed to be, look, Vucenic's getting back into this, but actually Vucenic goes for a takedown. Duncan jumps into the guillotine and gets the tap. So a great win for Duncan there. Great, really, Vucenic getting caught like that, going for the takedown. Tough. I think he was doing well on the feet to go for a takedown there. Maybe a bit naive with thinking Duncan wasn't as good as what he is, and look, that's what Duncan does. Jumping into a guillotine. If you're going to give it to him, he will take it. On to the next fight, Molly McCann versus Tainara. A sad one. I think it is sad. I think round 1, feeling each other out. Tainara gets a takedown. Good punches. And Molly McCann just shouldn't be in there against someone like that. Big reach advantage against Molly McCann coming into it. Gets the submission. Molly didn't look right on the ground, even on the feet. Didn't look great either. The reach advantage wasn't great for her. Tough. Very tough. Retired. Molly McCann retires. Sounds like she's retiring, and I don't see why she wouldn't. I don't see her coming back. I think it's, look, she brings in fans, she does, but her ability in that cage hasn't lived up to the ability of, say, a Paddy Pimblett, which basically broke through at the same time, Molly McCann and Paddy Pimblett. Paddy's backed it up, and she hasn't been able to, and I don't think she will. And that's the key. I think it's scary for her to be against these people coming in like this fight, where, look, you need to be beating these people soundly to go, look, I'm going to win a championship one day. I'm going to get up somewhere in the rankings someday. And it just never seems to be happening. And I never have faith in Molly McCann to be able to do it. And in this fight, with a 5-inch reach advantage, where, look, in that weight class, that's what you're going to face sometimes. You're going to face a massive reach advantage, because, that's your size, basically. That's your height, that's your reach. But you've got to be able to deal with it, and the best people do deal with it, and McCann can't. And coming into this fight with a 5-inch reach advantage, with the weight of the world on her shoulders, I don't think it would have ever helped her. And look, I thought this would happen before the fight, but it's sad. It's a sad day for fans because, look, she brought a lot of eyes to the sport, especially in the UK, and, will be missed. And I think, look, all the potential was there. She had all the fans. It's just the fighting ability that let her down. And sad to see it be that way. Because she had all the fans, she was doing so well, and I do hope she gets some sort of role in and around the UFC, because I think it'll be a good place to have her. She has a lot of fans to go forward with, and people who would like to, she's knowledgeable enough about the current game of MMA to give some great insight into the sport. So yeah, I do hope she gets some type of job in and around the sport. And it would be great to see her in sort of that capacity around the UFC in some way. On to the next fight, Nelson versus Holland. Round 1, leg kicks early by Holland, feeling each other out. Nelson gets a takedown, and literally, I think Holland's defending it, and Nelson just literally picks him up with one arm and shows his strength there, which is good to see. I always like to see stuff like that. Nelson then gets on top, doing a bit of damage, but the legs of Holland make it difficult to work. He was just throwing them up, and just so long, it makes it tough. Holland gets a great combo at the end of the round, and I think, look, that drops Holland and Nelson he would have got to finish it. It wasn't so late in the round, and 10-9 Holland for that first one. I think Nelson wins the second one. Holland very quickly out, but good defense from the takedowns by Holland. Nelson does get the takedown in the end and keeps the position, and that's pretty much all that happened in round 2, to be honest. That's Nelson got the takedown. So all to play for round 3. Big knees by Holland in the clinch. Nelson gets the takedown, gets into full mount. Up kicks by Holland, very good. Nelson looking for the arm triangle later on in the round. Holland gets out, gets back up. Big shots by Holland in that third round later on. And I think that gets Holland the win from my scoring. And I've got the same scoring as the judges, 29-28 Holland. So he goes on and continues because look, he's a good enough fighter in there. He has the length and stuff, and he showed there quite good takedown defense and stuff. So at welterweight, I think he can do quite well. I think in middleweight, it's very much more tougher for him. On to the next fight. Blachowicz versus Ulberg, a great fight. One of the ones I sort of touted in the before I watched it when it was announced. Look, that's going to be a fight you really want to watch. I think that was my fight to watch in the whole card. And yeah, Blachowicz I think wins round 1. Good leg kicks, really getting rid of that front leg of Ulberg. Round 2, couple good shots by Blachowicz in the start. Ulberg against the fence. Ulberg now getting good shots off in the exchanges. Good work again on the legs by Blachowicz, but then good work right near the end of the round by Ulberg to get the round. I think it was very close throughout. They were going back and forth, but at the end of the day, the last late work from Ulberg really got him that round over the line. So all to play for round 3. Blachowicz still going for the leg kicks. Really, to be honest, not doing as much as what I thought they would have done if they carried on from round 1 as they did. Ulberg coped with them very well. One needs to try to win it. I think they slowed down. They weren't really throwing much. A couple good shots by Ulberg, good right straight by Ulberg, and then more volume by Ulberg late really got him the win. Blachowicz had to go for something. He went for it way too late at the end of the round to try and get something. Ulberg even stuns him with a hook as he tries to rush in with something like 10 seconds to go. So look, Ulberg gets a win. Me and the judges match up with our take on that. 29-28 Ulberg. And yeah, I think that's the key. Look, Blachowicz had to go for something earlier. The leg kicks weren't having an effect. Okay, they were great leg kicks. They were powerful leg kicks. But when you go get against someone who is not feeling it, you had to switch it up. You had to go for something early. You can't leave 10 seconds on the clock thinking you're going to knock him out when you've lost quite a bit of you've lost look, judges have wanted to score this for Allberg. You can't leave 10 seconds on the clock to try and get it done. It's just too little time. And like that, Allberg just caught him with a left hook as he was rushing in. So on to the main event, Bradley versus Edwards. Obviously a big fight, I think, for Leon Edwards. Sean Brady as well. It was a big fight for both, really, to get into the championship look. Okay, Bilal Muhammad and Jack Magdalena are obviously going to fight, but this is sort of the person who's next to challenge after that, if there isn't a rematch. No glove touch to start round one, getting straight into it. Brady goes for the clinch. Edwards managed to get out. Good combo by Brady, gets through. Brady getting in close, getting the shots off. And this was the point that I was sort of thinking about early. You have to get inside. You have to get in there. You can't stay at length with Leon Edwards. You're just trying to cause yourself a problem. Brady gets Edwards against the cage. But then Leon does well to reverse it. And this was the point. And then Brady gets the takedown by a trip. And this is the point. I think Leon Edwards at some points was trying to stay in there and trying to go, look, you can't take me down. I can do something in the clinch. I can do something here. And you just want to be out of there, Leon. You just want to get out of there. You've got him again. You've reversed it against the cage. Get out of there. Don't start playing around in Brady's world. And Brady got round one. Yeah, that's the key. And that was really a very round two. Brady goes straight for the takedown and gets it done. Gets shots from the back on the ground for the rest of the round. Edwards has great survival instinct on the ground there, and a great survival ability against a great fighter in Brady. But look, being on the ground for the whole round, you lost. Surviving submissions and getting hit in the face and still surviving doesn't win you fights, and that's key. He went straight for a takedown. He got took down for the whole round. It's scary. That is a tough one, because look, there's sort of something there, and you'll see throughout this breakdown of that fight. Brady wins round two. Round three comes up. Good shots by both. Edwards defends a takedown, which is great. Edwards then goes for a takedown, and Brady defends and gets hold of the neck and gets the takedown. I mean, why Leon in round three is going for a takedown, I have no idea. What is the point of going for a takedown against someone who's dominated you on the ground for the whole of round two? Why? It's just silly things to do in a fight. And I get it's a fight, in round three you're tired and things, but you gotta start thinking about, look, I need to just defend takedowns. I don't need to get them. I need to stay on the feet where I know at range I've got an advantage on Brady. I've got the speed, and that was clear in round one. He had the speed advantage. Brady gets him with 3:30 on the clock. 3:30 on the clock in a 5 minute round. Scary. Brady getting big shots off. Brady just controlling no matter what Edwards does. He's on top of him, getting into even better positions when Edwards is moving, or keeping the position and just moving with him and getting big shots off. 10-9 Brady, and Edwards could do nothing. Round four, Brady gets some shots off, gets the takedown again. It's 4:15 in the round. This is early. This ain't late. This is early. He's got plenty of time to work in. 2, 3, and even the fourth round, he's got takedowns so early against Edwards, when he should be the most re-energized after the break between rounds. So Brady gets hold of the neck, gets the finish. Brady's submission. Great performance, and it's a scary thought for Edwards. He needs to come back. He, this week seemed to be a lot more calm. Seemed to think that, look, without the pressure of the title, without X, Y, Z, he feels like he'll be better. And looking at that, look, there's a game plan. Yeah, there's a game plan against you. It's to take you down early, and you don't get up. And Brady's a good fighter on the ground, and that's key. Not everyone's going to be able to do that, but at your level, Bilal Muhammad, Sean Brady, two fighters have already shown they can do it. There's always going to be another grappler, and I feel that's going to be always the problem now at current, because it can change in future. But I think for Leon's UFC career, at least, can I see there's not going to be a grappler at near the top of the title picture that Edwards isn't going to have to fight before he gets a title shot? And I say no, because to be honest, Bilal Muhammad, Sean Brady, or someone like that's going to be at the title, or the second or the first contender for it, and Edwards is always going to have to fight them if he wants a title shot. So that's why I do believe Leon isn't going to get the title again. I think he did great work to get it and to keep it, but I think these new fighters coming through have that ground game that will counteract Edwards' ability, and I do think that Edwards, it's quite clear throughout his fights, he cannot come through adversity that well. You know, okay, Usman he did, but it was a head kick, one shot KO when he was losing the whole fight. And, you know, you see the corner, this fight, you was getting taken down so early in the rounds. You cannot have that and think you're going to be a title holder again. I think that's key. So, look, Brady, great performance, an amazing performance that really does show, look, hey, you're looking for a title shot, but yeah, Leon Edwards really has to go back to drawing board and change it up. I think he's got to change up what he does. He's great at range, but he's got to be able to keep it at range, which even in this fight, he didn't. And that's a scary thing. Even on the feet, he didn't keep it at range. So Brady was even get shots off in round 1. You know, so look, back to the drawing board. I think there needs to be major rework on Edwards' game to really, if he really does believe he wants to go for a title shot again, I think that is very key. But please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.